So before we even get into the video, I kind of added another little video segment to add to the beginning of the video. And I wanted to go over kind of how to reduce some radicals, how to divide radicals, because I have a feeling that some of you guys are going to feel a little bit kind of confused on how to do that. So first off, let's talk about reducing radicals. Hopefully you guys remember, like if you have something, it's maybe like root 80. All right. What you have to do is you have to see, okay, what numbers could I break this down into? And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use perfect squares. And I do believe I gave you guys a perfect squares list last semester. This includes numbers like 4, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, and we can stop there. I'm not going to give you any ones above that. But basically what you do is you see what's the highest number of these that is a factor of this guy. All right. So I'm looking, and it looks like 16 is going to be a good option here. So I end up with like 16 times 5. So all I did was break down the 16 or the 80 into 16 times 5. And we know that the square root of 16 is 4, so this would give me 4 root 5. Hopefully that looks pretty familiar. So now let's go ahead, let's try another one. What if I gave you something like we'll do root 75. All right, so again, you want to make sure that you pick the highest number that goes into 75. And I'm looking here, that's going to be 25 and 3. So the square root of 25 is 5. I would end up with 5 root 3. So that is how we simplify radicals like that. Next, let's talk about how we multiply radicals. So in some of these problems, you might have something like 3 root 2 times root 3. Okay, when you multiply radicals, you multiply what's on the inside of the radical. All right, so in this case, we would get 3 root 6, and then of course we would see if we could break down this root 6 any further, which you can't. All right, let's do another example. Let's say we had 2 root, I'm going to give you one that you can break down. Let's do 2 root, I'm going to do 2 root 8 times 4 root, let's see. Oh, I don't like that though. I lied. Let's not do that. We'll do root 6 and 4 root 10. That might work. All right. So you do this, you would multiply the leading coefficients, which is going to give me an 8. Multiply what's inside of the radicals, we get 60. So then we have to see if we can break 60 down. So you have to go through that list of perfect squares and see if we could break root 60 down, which you can. 60 can get broken down into 4 times 15, which would give you could take the square root of 4, which is 2, and take the 2 out. Then you multiply, you get 16 root 15. All right? So that's how you multiply radicals. And I think that should be, I'm trying to think if there's anything else you need to know. Oh, we have to talk about rationalizing the denominator. So when you divide by radicals, if you have something like this, we don't like to leave the radical in the denominator. That is bad. So what we do is we do something called rationalizing it. So to rationalize the denominator, you multiply the top and the bottom by the radical in the denominator. All right, so in this case, it's a root 2. So we end up with 8 root 2 on the top, and then we end up with root 4 on the bottom. Well, root 4, we can take the square root of that. We get 2. So we end up with 8 root 2 over 2. We can actually simplify that. We would get 4 root 2. So I'll do another one. Let's go ahead and, I don't know, we can do 6 root 5. And we'll do this all over. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We'll just do 6 over root 5. My bad. So we'll go ahead and rationalize the denominator. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by root 5. We get 6 root 5 over root 25, which would give me 6 root 5 over 5. And in this case, we cannot simplify the 6 and the 5, so it would just say 6 root 5 over 5. So this is just kind of a quick recap of some of the radical rules you learned last year in Math 2. Hello, Math 3 students, and today we're going to talk about 30, 60, 90 triangles. All right. So we'll go ahead and take some notes. So 30, 60, 90 triangles follow this pattern. You actually get a 30, 60, 90 triangle by taking a, let's see if I can I draw an equilateral triangle? I don't know. Let's see. Will it let me? There we go. That's kind of equilateral, but not really. But basically, an equilateral triangle is where you've got like 60, 60, and 60. You get a 30, 60, 90 by just like cutting that straight up in half. All right, and that's where all of this is derived from. You can see the 60-degree angle here, the 30-degree angle that got cut in half, and the 90-degree angle that was formed by the line that you drew. So a lot of these ratios kind of start to make sense, especially like, okay, if we say this is A, well, this side is going to be half of this side, so that's why this is 2A. So hopefully that kind of helps explain why it has this ratio. And then it ends up with the ratio of A root 3 over here. And again, I'll probably write it as A root 3 instead of root 3A. I feel like that just makes more sense. All right, cool. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to give you guys some notes. And here's the thing. If you don't like the kind of written version of these notes, that's totally fine. But I was tutoring a girl yesterday and I was teaching this, and I'm like, you know what? You could actually write out like very detailed, do this notes that I think will help. So let's go ahead and try that. So first thing, let's talk about some terminology. If you hear the side across from 30, that's this. Okay, so this is side across from 30. That's how we kind of identify sides. This guy here is the side across from 90. And then this side here is going to be the side across from 60. All right. So it's important to kind of know which side I am referring to as I go through this. So you've kind of got three scenarios here. You're only going to be given one side. If you look at the problems, all of these problems only give you one side. So you have to determine which side they gave you. So let's say they gave you the side across from 30. And I would write this down. So if you're given the side across from the 30 degree, to find the 60 degree, the side across from 60, you're going to multiply by root 3. Then, to find the side across from 90, you are going to multiply by 2. So let's actually put this in action here. We'll go ahead and we'll do an example from the notes. So let's find an example where we are given the side across from 30. Let's see. We'll do example 4 here. So this is our 30-degree angle, right? If this is our 90 and this is our 60, we're left with 30 over there. So we're given the side across from 30. And let's go ahead and follow the rules that I gave you. It says to find the side across from 60, you're going to multiply by root 3. So the side across from 60 is going to be V. And according to the rules, you need to multiply by root 3. So that means that V is going to equal 5 times root 3, which is just 5 root 3. Nice and easy. Then to find the side across from 90, it says you're going to multiply by 2. So the side across from 90, which is U, we're going to do 5 times 2. We get U is 10. Very nice. Now let's go ahead and try and talk about another case. So that was given the side across from 30. Now, let's see what happens when you're given the side. Let's see, which one do I have next? Given the side across from 60. All right. So if you're given the side across from 60, that means that you're given this side here. So to find the side across from 30, you're going to divide by root 3. Then to find the side across from 60, sorry for the break-in video. As you can tell, my mom called me. So, all right. So it says to find the side across from 60, what you're going to do is you're going to take the 30 side and multiply by 2. So you're going to take the side across from 30 and multiply by 2. So basically you're taking the side that you found from step 1 and multiplying it by 2. So let's go ahead and give this a shot here. So we're going to go to, we got to find one. Oh, wait, hold on. To find the side across from 90. I'm sorry, guys. This should be a 90. Fix that in your notes. To find the side across from 90, you take the side, across from 30, multiply by 2. I apologize. All right. So now let's go ahead. We got to find a side given across from 60. So let's go ahead. Let's try, we'll try number 2 here. So it says we're going to, if you look at our notes, it says if given the side across from 60, which we were, you're going to divide by root 3 to get the side across from 30. So we're going to divide 6 by root 3. And we need to rationalize. So I know we've talked about this before. You can't leave the root 3 in the denominator. So you're going to have to multiply the top and bottom by root 3. So you get 6 root 3 all over root 9, which is going to give you 6 root 3 over 3, which actually can get reduced to 2 root 3. So your side across from 30 should be 2 root 3. And then to get the side across from 90, right, if you look back at your notes, find the side across from 90, you're going to take the side across from 30 that you just found and multiply by 2. So we found that B is 2 root 3, so we're going to do 2 root 3 times 2, which is going to give us 4 root 3. Very nice. All right, so now we got one more case. You guys are doing good. I know this is tough. So the last case is if you are given the side across from 90. So if you're given the side across from 90, you're going to divide that by 2 to get the side across from 30. And then to get the side across from 60, you're going to multiply your answer from the first step by root 3. So to get multiply side across from 30 by root 3. All right. So again, you have to use your answer from the first step to answer the second one. So let's go ahead and try that. So we have to find one we're given the side across from 90. So let's go ahead. Let's try this guy here. We were given the side across from 90. So the first thing we got to do is we're going to take that number and divide by 2. And that's going to give us the side across from 30. So we know that y is going to be 3. And then we're going to take the side across from 30, which is 3, and multiply it by root 3 to get the side across from 60. So we're going to do 3 times root 3. That's our answer here. All right. Let's try a couple more because I'm sure these are going to be tricky. Let's go ahead. Let's try. Let's see. They give you a 30 side here. So first off, looking here, they give you the side across from 30. All right. So if we look at our notes, that's kind of a case one, right? We said if you're given the side across from 30, what do you have to do? Well, first you have to find the side across from 60 by multiplying by root 3. So we're going to take this guy and multiply by root 3. So we get 8 root 3 over 3 times root 3, which is going to give us 8 root 9 over 3, which gives us 8 times 3 over 3, which gives us 8. So the side across from 60 is just going to be 8. Then, to find the side across from 90, we can go back to our notes. To find the side across from 90, you're going to multiply this guy by 2. So, oops, sorry. So if we look here, we're going to multiply this guy by 2. So we get 16 root 3, or 16, I don't know where that came from. We get 8 root 3 over 3 times 2. We get 16. That's where that came from, I guess. 16 root 3 over 3. So this guy here is 16 root 3 over 3. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's try. I don't know. What should we do next? We can try number 8. So they gave us 5 root 3. So this one is going to be across from the 60, right? So we can go to our case where we're given the side across from 60. So to find the side across from 30, you're going to divide by root 3. So we're going to take our answer, which is 5 root 3, divide by root 3, and we get 5. So that means that the side across from the 30 is 5. Then, to find the side across from 90, you take the side across from 30 and multiply by 2. So we're going to take the side across from 30, which is 5, multiply by 2, and you get 10.